Somebody sent me the Infinite Discs top 50 disc golf putters sold in 2023. And I know that doesn't mean they are the best, but people wouldn't buy them if they weren't good. So I have to check this list out and see if I approve. If I make fun of your putter and you're offended, no, I'm not sorry. Starting with the Clash Discs Popcorn is bittersweet, because I'm glad it's on the list, but there's no way it should be this low. I guess we'll start this video with a hot take. The Popcorn is the top 10 putter in disc golf. There, I said it. I'm taking this as Nate Sexton stocking up on his dart collection. The MVP spin being 48 is the new Lizotte fanboys trying to find a putter after converting their entire bag and thought the spin sounded the most like a putting putter. How the f*** is the Copperhead on this list? I'm just glad it barely made it on. I would make a joke about the Muse, but I don't even know what the hell it is. The P1 is only this popular because Discmania ruined the P2 mold and all those people are panicking trying to find a new putter. Keep looking, guys. I refuse to believe that many people are bagging slammers. Why? Please, for your own sake, take that shit out of your bag. Better, go to a course with water and toss it in. You know someone bagged MVP before Simon when they putt with an ion, because no one is choosing that disc anymore. Finally, a frisbee that should be on this list, the Banger GT. I putted with this thing for 2 years, and still to this day, every time I feel one, I question if I should switch back. What the f***, guys? To be fair, it's a rule in Emporia that the entire city has to putt with judges, so that might explain it. Discmania fans are nerds, so when they see a video game reference, they take it. Hear me out. I think the PA5 is on here because it sort of spells out par when you're looking at it. I know that's a reach, but why else would this disc be on the list? I've never seen anyone putt with the Fierce, but it is Discraft and Paige Pierce's disc, so checks out. I'm only assuming the Cohort and Raz are here because it's Infinite Discs list because no one's actually using these things, right? I'm really hoping the only reason the Innova Arrow's on this list is because of the stupid Halo run they did. Does Dave just close his eyes and pick what disc gets turned into Halo? Because at this point, I just don't get it. I've heard good things about the pilot, but I can't really comment. I wish I could say I was surprised that the Alien was on this list, but disc golfers are weird, so makes sense to me. Don't change, guys, because if you were normal, I wouldn't have videos to make. I seriously can't believe we're in 2024 now and people are still putting with Wardens. The Roach being 30 is lower than I would have thought, only because it's a weed reference. Expected better out of you guys. Unfortunately, people still throw the harp. The Temple? Is that real? Viking Discs Rune coming out of nowhere like an RKO. That's what I like to see. I mean, I will never get one, but you people seem to enjoy it. It was only a matter of time before we got our first AVR. Dino Discs Triceratops squeaks in the top 25. I don't know what the hell that disc is, but I'm putting it on my wish list. I'll accept the Nomad here. It's an average putter for an average spot. I hate that the Rainmakers got so popular. I don't get what it means. If someone can explain it to me in the comments, because some guy on the course told me, you know, when you drain putts, you make it rain. And that just can't be it. Not sure how the MVP Atom found its way this high in the list, but good for that disc. Castanets really only have one option to putt with, so of course the Rico's going to be high up on this list. Not in the top 20 though, only beaten out by the Polecat. If anything, this is lower than I would have thought. That army runs deep. Granted, most Polecat throwers already have a backstock of 50 plus ready to go, so they probably don't need any more. Isn't the Armadillo that overmold garbage lid looking disc? You people are out here using that? How is that even possible? Do you even want people to respect you? I forgot about the Lone Star Ranger team. Now it makes sense why the Penny Putter is 18 and the rest of the Lone Star discs are on here. If you're on the team, comment below what putter you use. Everyone who didn't fall for the scam, use this as an opportunity to roast these guys for being on the same team as a dog. The Anode. That's a thing. Is MVP popular now? If you told me a couple years ago that the Discmania P2 would be number 16, I would have told you were crazy. But after the retool, that shit feels gross, and I understand why nobody would putt with it. If anything, 16 is too good. Why do so many of you fall into the traps of these manufacturers? Nobody needs a damn Zone OS. Don't even defend it. Tomorrow, I'll tell you guys why you shouldn't even bag these things. If you haven't noticed by now, there isn't a whole lot of Prodigy. That's because nobody chooses to putt with their discs, and all their sponsored players pick the same putter, the PA3. It's okay. I would say 14 is about right. The Watt is like the 9th MVP disc I've said. To be fair, I think this is the so-called near glitch disc, so that might explain it. Or MVP is mainstream now, which is wild to hear, but I'm all for it. I'm so happy the AVR didn't make the top 10. I was never a fan, and I think it's one of the most overrated discs of all time. But I know all the Innova fanboys would suck the AVR's dick if it had one. Right on the bubble is Latitude 64's Pure, which from what I've heard is about where it belongs, but I refuse to touch those things. Starting the top 10, we have the Discraft Luna. If it's going to be in the top 10, I'm glad it's 10. Not many more annoying disc golfers than people who putt with Lunas. I was pissed when I thought that the judge was 41 on the list. Finding out that this piece of trash putter is number 9 is the worst news I've ever heard. The Axiom Proxy is here. I had to look up what it was. I'm sorry, this disc might be super cool, but I have no idea. When I saw Gateway Wizard, I could smell it. 7th place isn't too bad. I'm glad the squad is hanging on by a string. To be fair, this could just be like 11 dudes buying them all out. The Berg being 6 makes me want to stop playing disc golf. But again, I'm happy it didn't make the top 5 because then I might have cried. The cult is taking over and someone needs to put a stop to it. Being a great thrower, the tomb in the 5 spot is cool with me. I think I even bagged one before, but I've had so many throwing putters I've lost count. Nobody should be surprised the Envy is this high on the list. I don't think the Envy will ever drop outside the top 10, at least not anytime soon. This disc will ride on the memory of the Holy Shot until the rest of time. So many disc golfers will throw this thing just because of that. If we're counting the Discraft Zone as a putter, it definitely deserves to be top 3, but I don't think I would put it in my 3rd place spot. But still, complaining about 3rd place seems silly. For those that don't know, the Alpaca is the old P2 mold. In other words, it is a great disc that belongs to be on this list. Now I'm sure this being on Infinite's website, it helps. With that being said, I'm not mad. Finally, what we've been waiting for, the number 1 putter of 2023. There's so many discs I haven't said yet. Shit, I haven't even said my own putter. Okay, enough stalling. The number 1 is... Are you fucking kidding me? The MVP glitch? That's gotta be a joke. If you want to know why you shouldn't bag a glitch, check out the video right here, because I don't want to waste my breath again. If your putting putter made the list, make sure to drop a like, and if I made you laugh, smack that subscribe button.